Hi guys, welcome back to our show. It is the first episode of our second season. I'm actually thinking of changing the name of our podcast to the Ebony and John Show, but I'm not entirely sure. I haven't even run that by John yet. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. I just feel like it fits us more as a brand. But on today's episode, ask yourself, what would you do if your dying wife, she's dying of a terminal illness, asks you for her last wish if she could have sex with an ex of hers? That's a story that's coming up on this episode. John has no idea, obviously, any of the stories that I present to him from Reddit, but that is one of them. Another one, ask yourself this question. What would you do if you were a husband in this situation and your wife got not one, not two, but maybe 2 or 3 abortions without telling you after you guys agreed on wanting to have children together and marrying for that reason and that vision of having a family and building a life together? And then finally, what would you do if your husband suddenly became part of the far right? All of that and more on today's episode. Let's get into it. I am so excited. I've been excited about this for weeks. We have an entirely new concept for the show.
And I'm just here.
And he's just here. So let me just explain it to you. This season of the podcast, we are going to still incorporate the storytelling, but we are actually going to do more of a storytelling with the reaction of John. So the way this works is I will find the craziest Reddit stories. I will read them to you and to John, of course, and he is going to give us his reaction to the story, what he would do in the situation. We're going to have a discussion about the story and just really open up the conversation around these real life true stories. So for every story that I share, I'm going to list it in the show notes on Spotify and Apple and in the description on YouTube. Now, John has never heard these stories before, so we're getting his first reaction. I've read these stories and I feel like they are crazy. They have to do with social issues. Some of them are political issues. Some of them are family issues. Some of them are AITAs. Am I the asshole in the situation where we have to decide?
I never heard that.
Yeah,
AITA.
Yeah, so
How long has that been around?
It's kind of like a while. We did one where we went out to dinner and we paid the bill. Basically, that was the "Are you the asshole?"
Yeah, but I'm saying, how long has AITA been around? I never heard that.
I don't know. Before we get into the episode, we're going to do this every single episode. We're going to check in with John, get like a couple minute update on his personal life, see how he's doing, what's new with him, what he's excited about.
Hockey started yesterday. It was first day of training camp.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, they're not on the ice.
First day, yeah, they're skating. First day of training camp.
Oh, my goodness.
This is the year the New York Rangers win the Stanley Cup.
Get
Mark
out.
my word. Football. A-Rod's back. I'm now a Jets fan.
A-Rod.
Aaron Rodriguez. Aaron Rodgers, rather.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? Who?
A-Rod.
Okay, so that's what you're excited
Aaron
about.
Rodriguez. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I keep saying. Aaron Rodgers is back with the Jets. He had his best game to date as a New York Jet yesterday.
Yeah.
280 some odd yards.
Well, we're happy that he
Beat the
lasted.
shit out of the Patriots.
That's good.
I am very sad the summer's over. I will deeply miss getting sun, getting a phenomenal tan. I will miss that. Running in the heat, but I do admit my speed goes up running in the fall. So I'm excited to run this fall. I'm excited for fourth quarter coming up. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Summer was unbelievably slow. The summer flew by. I can't believe how quickly the summer flew by.
Yeah.
We have a presidential election coming up.
That's always exciting.
People are fucking bonkers about that.
That's always great.
That's what we call
We love
it.
when friendships end.
That's a trigger. That's a trigger. Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
I mean, everybody needs to chill.
They can't chill, baby. I mean, we live in America. We had a dinner last night. We didn't have a dinner. We went to dinner, and there was a man from London who was sitting at the bar. He was sitting at the bar with us, and he was like, long story short, he works in climate change. But anyway, he was like, the United States is so polarizing. You have one or two people. Like we have two parties. Like in London, he was like, there's like 4 or 5. He was like, but the US is literally just, I was like, yeah, batshit crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay, so are you ready?
I've never been readier.
Are you guys ready for these stories?
No pun intended. Readier, Reddit.
Reddit. Are you guys ready
You're
for
gonna want to
these
delete that part.
real life Reddit stories that John is going to react to? So this first story, I don't even know how to describe it to you. We're just going to jump right into the title.
Oh, this is why you have the computer. I was wondering why you had the
Yeah.
computer. I don't know what's going on, folks.
He's
I'm new here.
If you guys can see this on YouTube or on Spotify, I do. I'm sitting here with a laptop.
Or on Apple. Oh, can't see it on Apple. You got me on that.
All right, here we go.
You can imagine it on Apple.
My dying wife asked me if I'd be okay if she had sex with her ex one last time.
Why didn't she just wait until he died?
She's the one dying.
Oh, she's dying. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
My dying wife asked me if it'd be okay if she had sex with her ex one last time.
Wow. So he must have been good. He must have just hit that shit raw dog.
So let's get into the story.
Holy shit.
I can't have this tied to my main page, but I really need to say something about it and have no one I can tell. My wife has a terminal disease. She is projected to live at most 9 months. I am, of course, destroyed. We've been together for a decade. I don't remember life without her, and I don't know what I'm going to do when she's gone. I have been doing my best to make her last days of her life good and grant whatever wish I can. The doctors said that she was likely to need a wheelchair in 4 or 5 months. Then by 8 months, she'll be bedridden for the last few weeks. That's if she doesn't decline faster. Recently, she sat down and told me that one of the last things she wanted to do was have sex with a previous partner of hers. I, of course, was shocked. And when I asked why the fuck she wants that.
Great response.
So basically, she thinks that her most physically compatible, satisfying lover was him.
Oh, fuck.
She gave a whole monologue about how sex sometimes is just physical and how emotionally fulfilling sex is with me, but it was bullshit to get to that point. So now I'm left with this. Deny my dying wife a wish for my own ego, or let her go fuck another man who she feels was better.
So honestly, have they been fucking the whole time? 10 years, he could have changed his phone number. How did she even know how to get a hold of him?
Honestly, you know I'm so pissed off and betrayed that she asked this of me. I feel like I'm put in a position where I have to say yes because she's dying. I know what I want to say, but I don't know if that's right. I'm so hurt that sex with an ex was apparently so good that she needs to do it once before she dies. I just hate everything about this. What should I do?
He's screwed. No pun intended. That's fucking crazy. I would be like, fuck it then. Go fuck this guy. She must have been fucking him the whole time.
You think so?
Over 10 years, she's still thinking about that? I mean, come on. I don't buy that. I think they've been fucking around the whole time.
Well, so what would you do?
If I'm the husband?
Yeah.
I would be like, go fuck this guy. Who cares? Go stay with him. Let him take care of you.
I mean, I kind of don't blame you. I think that that's kind of crazy.
And the fact that she actually told him that.
Yeah.
So now he needs to live the rest of his life thinking about that.
That's true. I didn't.
And then he's going to be like, he thought of her one way, and then he feels terrible. She's dying, and now one of her last requests is to fuck some other guy.
Right. She wants to fuck this other guy, and then she wants him to still take care of her while she's dying.
Right. But
that's crazy, right?
Don't you think that means she's been thinking about this other guy the whole 10 years they were together?
Yeah, you could
Absolutely.
You could be like paranoid in that sense and think that that's what she was thinking the whole time. Of course, I think anybody would think that.
Absolutely. So now he's got to live with that the rest of his life. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That she threw that shit on him. I totally disagree. She's a hoe.
I told this title to our friend Steven that night. And he was like, yeah, go die while you're fucking Frank.
Steven would be Frank, and he would fuck her.
I mean,
what if her ex doesn't want to fuck her? How does she even know he will?
Oh, that's a good question.
And how does
so they
she
must
even
have
know? Who wants to fuck somebody who's dying? Unless she's hot.
If she's hot, then it's okay.
It's like, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then you would have sex with a hot girl if she was dying.
For her last request, I would do her a favor.
You would do the honors.
Yeah.
So should he say yes or should he say no?
I would say yeah. He's got to say yes.
He has to say yes because she's dying.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody says that, even if they're not dying, then go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you going to say? How are you going to stop it?
I mean, you can't really, if somebody wants to do something like that, you can't stop them.
Yeah. And then if you don't, and you say no, you're just going to know that she wants to.
Totally.
For the last 8 months of her life. You're going to just know.
But that means she's wanted to for so long.
Yeah, and maybe they've talked about it.
Right. So if your dying wish, right, is to have pasta. You didn't go 10 years not having pasta because then you wouldn't have cared about pasta anymore. Right? So she's fucked Frank. Let's say his name's Frank, as Steven said, over those past 10 years.
I think,
that's my opinion. That's my humble opinion in my beautiful abode. How do you say that?
My humble abode.
That too. My house.
Because in my house, that's my opinion in my house. Okay. I mean, you guys can let us know what you guys think in the comments, like what you would do if you were in this man's position. Yeah.
I could see why he would want to get that off his chest.
Yeah, he's like, who can I tell? I'm going to tell my friends, my family, my mom, my brother, sister.
Put shit on Reddit, it's
you can do anonymous.
Oh, and then, okay.
You just, yeah, there's no...
I've actually never been on Reddit.
It's its own world.
Cole loves Reddit. Oh, used to love Reddit.
I never loved Reddit. Cole told me I loved Reddit. I don't love Reddit. I just went on here to find stories, and I can't believe what people actually share.
Does he know about this?
No.
Oh.
I didn't tell. I literally just told like our manager and Steven the idea.
Shout out to SJM from Andrew.
Go have fun dying while you're fucking Frank. Okay.
Poor Frank.
So you guys let us know what you guys think. Damn. Moving on. The title for this one is My Wife Just Got an Abortion Without Telling Me. Should I leave her?
That's fucked up, man. Was it his? That's probably the only way a wife would do that is if she fucked another guy. You're speechless.
Yeah, because
You didn't think of that?
No. 34, my wife, 29.
Oh, shit.
Have been married for 5 years. We have both wanted children. She knows how much I would love to have a family of my own, as my brother has 3 kids and I cannot wait to be a father. On our wedding night, she told me that I would make the greatest father.
The old pump and dump.
We had been trying for a year with no success. One day she comes to me and she says, maybe having children is not that important and we can find joys in other parts of life. At that moment when she told me that at the kitchen table, my stomach sank because I felt like she was already considering never having children with me. I expressed to her that I want nothing more than to be a father and I want nothing more than her to be the mother to my children. I married her because she was the most beautiful woman I have ever met. She's funny, she's smart, she's amazing, everybody loves her. Looking at her every day, I cannot wait for her to become a mother. She knows how important this is to me. I explained this all to her, and she said maybe she's just getting nervous. Maybe she was just tired of trying for a year.
You're making me want to cry.
Maybe she just was tired of trying for a year. Maybe she needed to think about it more. She said she didn't want to let me down. And when she said that, I said, please don't do something just for me. Do it because you want to do it. But if you think that you're doing something because you can't do it, I'm here to assure you that you can do it, and I will be here for you, and we will make beautiful children. Another year goes by. We're trying, and to my knowledge, nothing is working.
She's probably on the pill, too, the whole time.
I had confided in friends. They were giving us opinions, things that we can do, doctors to see. I even spoke to a therapist. It wasn't until we were out one night with all of our friends playing a drinking game. And one of the friends said, "Never have I ever had an abortion without telling my husband."
Holy shit.
I noticed that everyone quickly drank to that or followed the rules in some way. It's kind of blurry to me now. But my wife's energy changed that night. She was acting really weird. She was acting really guilty. She wouldn't let me hold her hand or kiss her or hang out in the kitchen with all the other couples. She kept running off to the corner with this other friend that asked that question. So naturally, when we got home that night, I asked her, "What was wrong? You're acting weird. You're acting different."
Those
She
fucking
said,
drinking games, man.
she said, "I have something to tell you, and I don't know if you'll ever forgive me, but I want you to know that I love you, and I'm just not ready." Not only did I have one abortion, but I had 2 abortions.
Oh, fuck. Oh my God.
I was speechless.
Oh,
I think I may have
man.
started crying. It's been a year
makes
and a
me wanna
half
cry.
since I've been holding this story in. I asked her how on earth could she do such a fucking thing to me, let alone the my body, my choice. I thought I was a part of this. I thought I was her husband. I thought I was going to be a father. I wanted to be a father. And she took it from me twice without telling me, without discussing it with me, without asking me how I felt about the situation. We didn't speak the rest of that night.
The rest of that night, I wouldn't talk to that woman fucking forever. The rest of the night, oh, that's fucking awful. That's awful. That's awful.
I slept at a friend's house for about a week. I'm now still left with the gut-wrenching fact that she aborted 2 of my children. I'm going to use different language than what the story says. We've tried to come past it. We've tried to get past it.
You can,
But I'm not sure that I can stay married to her. What should I do?
Yeah, I would leave her right away.
Yeah.
That is awful. I mean, it's one thing if you want to have a discussion, but like they went into this marriage, both of them on the same page, wanting children, multiple children, not a child, children, as you said, he said. And then she goes behind his back.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God. How could he ever trust her again?
I mean,
He
yeah.
can't.
And then just going
trust is
through,
gone.
it's gone.
It's gone.
It's like, I don't know if that's worse than cheating.
That's worse.
I think
Absolutely.
that's like,
first of all, you took another life.
yeah. And you just,
And, you know, I don't care if you want to say it's a woman's choice. They're partners.
yeah, they're in
They're
marriage.
partners.
Yeah.
So it's not just her choice.
And I mean, everything that he's saying that he said in this would show her that he was going to be there for her.
Totally.
And they wanted this. They both wanted it.
Totally. And then, wow.
And not once, but twice. So
Wow.
the title said abortion, but there were 2. She did it twice.
Oh my God. I don't see how you ever get past that. That's awful. I wanted to cry hearing that.
Yeah, I would have
That
to
poor guy's
leave.
devastated.
And then how, you know, if he finds someone else, it's like that he's going to have these issues. He's going to, you know.
Totally.
like-
Yeah, she's screwed.
I mean, it makes him paranoid.
She messed with his head forever.
Yeah. So,
Like,
I mean,
not even having a discussion.
not even saying anything to him. And then it's
That's-
like the acting afterwards, like how you act after doing something like that,
Yeah.
that he couldn't detect it
But like
for that long. And it was a drinking game that brought it all down. You know what I
I'm telling
mean?
you, those damn drinking games.
I mean, maybe don't participate if you have like a life altering, never have I ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow.
Well,
That is I still can't get over that story. You topped the first story. I just think that's awful. I think like that's minimum. That's a discussion.
yeah,
Going into it,
I agree.
both of them wanting children. I mean, it shouldn't even have been a discussion. She should have said, I have, let me tell you something.
Right.
We're pregnant. I'm pregnant, whatever you want to say.
I'm pregnant. We're pregnant. I don't want to keep it. What are we going to do?
Or how about, I'm pregnant. This is what we wanted.
Correct. I mean, she flipped it on him after she married him.
Totally. That's gaslighting.
And that's like, that's
the old pump and dump.
that's a little bit So yeah, I think
That's my pump and dump, not your pump and dump.
so. Your final verdict, you would.
I would leave that woman yesterday. Like, I don't know how he left for a week. How do you go back to that?
Yeah.
It's like you love that woman and yet you now hate her.
No, I think that's absolutely crazy.
What do you guys think? I'm
Yeah.
trying to put myself in her situation.
Right.
She should have just been upfront and say, you know what, I've reconsidered. I don't want to have kids.
I know.
You know, if you insist on having kids, I'm not the person for you. We should go our separate ways. That would have been fair to him.
So you guys let us know what you think in the comments. That one was a crazy one.
I feel for that guy.
Moving on to the next one. This one's a little bit more lighthearted.
Wait, so let's just retract. Women are fucking pigs, man. That's 2 women, 2 stories, 2 women.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that. No, I have to find some stories about some trashy men.
There aren't any.
Oh, of course there are. Of course there are. Okay, this next story. My husband is becoming an obsessive right-winger, and it's all he talks about. My husband is 50. I'm 10 years younger than him. He's a Republican, and he was when I met him, but it didn't dominate every aspect of his life. He barely ever talked politics. I think when he reached a certain age, his brain started calcifying, and now all he does after work is watch right-wing YouTube videos and podcasts. Every conversation has to be about the liberals ruining everything. Even harmless topics turn into politics. Today I told him I'm tired of watching these videos and I want to watch a good movie. He went off on a tangent about how I want to be complicit instead of making a difference. My response was, how are you making a difference by watching YouTube videos and complaining every day? Then he decided to turn it on me, as he always does. I'm a stay-at-home mom with a part-time job, so his defense is always, I work every day, what do you do? And my response is always that I put off law school and every other dream I had to be there for my kid. You know, the one you ignore every day?
Oh.
Which is true. He doesn't spend 1 minute of his time taking care of our child. He threw the remote at the wall at that point and said, shut up before I slam your head into the wall.
Oh, that was a bit much.
I'm not afraid of him, so I said. That's exactly what a Republican like you would say. There's no capacity to discuss real issues. You just complain and have no ability to articulate the issues. He stormed off into his room. I know there are intelligent conservatives, but I enjoy pushing his buttons because he's an asshole. I'm not even leaning one way or the other. Politics is just a joke. My husband used to be an intelligent person. He's a working professional, but his age is really getting to him. I don't know how to make this situation better. He's an absolute bore these days. Some advice, please.
Get him a hooker.
What?
That's what he needs, a hooker.
He needs a hooker?
Yeah, that's what he needs.
First of all,
watching that shit,
Yeah.
anything, no matter what side you're on. Recommendation, guys, turn the fucking news off. No matter what side you are on, and you don't have to choose a side. You don't have to choose a side. You hear what I'm saying? You could be down the middle and look at both sides. Both sides may have good points. Both sides may have terrible points. There is a middle ground, but turn your shit off.
now it's not the news though; it's the podcasts and the.
But it's whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's still talking heads.
See, I just am going back to the part where he said he was going to slam her head into the wall. Like, are we missing that? What do you think? What should she do? He's every little thing now is turning into politics. He says that she's not making a difference. She's like, all you're doing is watching YouTube
I know.
and podcasts. How are you making a difference?
He's not making a difference.
So what do you think?
He's not making a difference. I mean, he needs to get a sport.
Yeah.
He should go to the damn gym.
I would say, like, what does your husband look like?
We
need more of a
gym,
description.
you know, and you can see he's aggressive, right? Because he wants to slam her head against the wall.
Yeah.
So he should take a boxing class. He should go for a run. he should get some of his aggressiveness out and
I
not
agree.
watch the same shit that's pissing him off. That's pissing him off. He's watching that.
I mean, yeah, he's like, something is happening.
And like, we live in New York City and we see how New York City has gone to shit.
Totally. Yeah. 100%.
And how it's worse every day. And yet, do we complain about it? Yes. Are we making a difference?
But am I sitting literally watching stuff that only talks
No.
about how bad New York is every day? No, because it
No.
would make me go crazy.
Right. In passing, we'll say, oh my God, it's even worse. More
Right.
people are getting mugged, and
Right.
there's more homeless people, and there's more litter and more whatever.
Yeah. How is she supposed to deal with her husband now?
She needs to tell him, get off your fucking lazy ass and go for a run.
We're assuming this
Go outside.
man is out of shape. He's like, so I'm a bodybuilder.
Go outside. What would I tell Jolie?
Go outside.
Go outside. You need sun.
John thinks all problems could be solved that are not financial by going outside.
Totally.
And maybe even financial. You go outside, you find a job,
You find money on the ground.
find money on the ground, problem solved. Just
You're
go
not going to
outside.
find money in your house.
No. It's
So you go
outside.
It's outside.
It's got to go outside.
Right.
Just tell him, you know what? Our advice to you is to go outside.
Go outside.
Tell your husband to get the fuck out of the house and go
Totally.
outside. And then change the locks.
Totally.
Change the
And
locks.
throw his computer out the window.
Absolutely.
Like, he smashed the remote, smashed his computer.
Smash this computer.
There you go.
There, we got it.
Solid advice.
Done.
What else can I do? Next question.
Moving on. This is an
You know what she should do? She should, woman who's dying, she should have her husband go, fuck the woman who's dying.
well, we just brought that all together, didn't we?
We did.
Well, this next one is an AITA, and that stands for Am I the Asshole? So we're
I'm
gonna
going to say, yes, you are.
okay. Well, here we
Let's
go.
just cut to the chase.
Am I the asshole for telling my wife that she needs to get over me missing the birth of our daughter?
Absolutely. Get over it.
I work in a job where there are
there's more?
certain times that I do not have access to my phone, or I am in the middle of nowhere. These times are well scheduled in advance and basically take up my whole day. There are a ton of
What is he, a
safety
coal miner?
regulations. There are a ton of safety regulations I have to follow during this time. My wife was pregnant, and at the time, I planned to take off work near her due date. Unfortunately, she went into labor early, about a month early, and I was on an inspection. I only learned about her going into labor when I got signal again. By the time I got to the hospital, she had already given birth. This was about 1.5 years ago, and I am an involved father. The issue is every single time we have an argument, she will bring up that I missed the birth. It happens.
That's women shit. Women do that all the time.
It happens almost every single time, from serious arguments to what fast food should we get today? Today was my breaking point. We got into an argument about her wanting to change the daycare situation. She wants to change daycare to one closer to the home. I do drop off and she does pick up. The only one closer to our home is too expensive and we can't afford it. In the middle of the argument, she pulled out I wasn't there for the birth again. I told her she needs to get over that and stop using it every single fucking time we have an argument.
I agree.
She called me a jerk and left. Am I the asshole?
No, she's the asshole.
Yeah.
She needs to get over it.
What is he supposed to do? He wasn't there. You're going to go back in time?
Right.
How many times
It's
can
not
he...
like he intentionally missed it.
Yeah, it's not-
like he was out drinking with the boys.
Right, he's like, no.
Drinking, gambling.
Next round's on me.
hookers.
Right.
He wasn't with hookers.
No.
Not that I have a thing for hookers.
You
so
have a
it's gonna
thing for
seem like
hookers. I
I
mean,
do.
but no, I mean, should she get
She
over
needs to
it?
get the fuck over
Wait,
it.
what is
It's
she
like-
gonna do? And my thing is,
And you know, as soon as the kid
kids gets
talks
old enough,
and shit,
yes, she's gonna be like, your
say-
father wasn't there.
Right. And then she's going to put a complex and put a divide between
Totally.
the father and,
and
the
I mean,
daughter.
like, I feel like a lot of women do that.
They do.
A lot of women use children as weapons. I'm not saying that we don't. No, I'm just kidding. But
Yeah.
we personally know a few that do that. But yeah, I feel like when the kid gets older, she's gonna be like,
Totally. And that's not fair. Then you wind up screwing with the kid's head.
yeah,
It's not cool. It's not like, again, that he didn't intentionally miss it.
yeah.
Things happen.
So then, okay, the question is
And I
like,
think he's a coal miner.
do you think? I think he's either up high or down low.
He's Coleman, or maybe a subway inspector.
He might work for MTA.
Right.
And then in this case, I would never get over it. Because I have signal down there. But, I mean, I don't know. You think about it like when you hear of athletes, the Super Bowl or the birth of their son.
The Super Bowl.
That's fucking crazy.
The Super Bowl.
You can actually get to the Super Bowl again.
If I was an athlete, I wouldn't miss any game, even a regular season game.
So if your child was being born or it was a Super Bowl, you would purposely be like, nah, babe, I gotta stay here.
Super Bowl. Hell yeah.
That's crazy.
No, it's not.
That is.
No, it's not.
That absolutely is. You can get back to the Super Bowl again if you're good enough. You can't actually have your son be born again.
It's really nothing to see either.
What? You with 2 kids says it's nothing.
They hand you the baby. I mean, it's nice to be there, and I was there for both. But it's not like you want to, you don't want to be looking down there.
Did you look?
No. So, funny story, because when my daughter was born, Jolie, we had a female doctor, and the bed it has remote control on the side, and like you could put your feet up and pull the back up and that kind of thing. And she made me go to Lamaze classes or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I think it's like when they practice.
One's
whatever.
racing and the other one's Lamaze or Le Mans.
Lamaze, I think, with a Z.
Right. So I took that. It was no offense, it was the stupidest thing ever. And they don't tell you the important things. Like, your kid may come out and have hair on their face, like mine did. She looked like a monster with hair all over her face. She knows this story. They didn't tell me that. Tell me that. I'm telling you guys. If they hand you the baby and you look at the baby, and my first words to my daughter was, "Oh my God, she's got a beard." And then the nurse is like, no, that's okay. It's okay. It'll come off. I'm like, are you sure, or should I shave her?
Was it a lot of hair?
Yeah, like covered. And they don't. So why wouldn't they tell you that in that class? Anyway, back to my story. So now the mom is in pain. So like she's like, give me your hands. Let me squeeze your hand. She squeezed my hand, and women giving birth can really squeeze a hand hard, So like the doctor tells me, she's like, talk to her and try to calm her down, and blah blah blah. So I'm leaning like this, right on there's a railing on the bed, so she doesn't fall out. So I'm leaning on it like this, and all of a sudden the bed's moving up and down, and the doctor's like, push one more time. The doctor's like, what is going on? And she's like, you idiot, get your stupid fucking arms off the remote controls. I was moving the bed. I didn't know.
So you assisted in the birth.
Yeah, that's why it's important to be there, guys. Miss the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh. So you guys, that is the end of this first episode back at our podcast.
That was fun.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think about those stories. Of course, I will list those stories in the show notes and on YouTube so that you guys can read them yourself and leave your comments and leave your thoughts. Like always, please like and subscribe, share the episode. If you are on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple, please leave us a review. Please give us a 5-star review because, I mean, honestly, like, what else? And as always, this episode is brought to you by Play Hard Look Dope, our lifestyle jewelry and apparel brand. Check us out, playhardlookdope.com, and our store in Manhattan's Lower East Side, 45 First Avenue between East 2nd and East 3rd Street. Hang out with us on social media. We are Ebony and John on Instagram and TikTok. And we will see you guys next time.
Peace.